Greetings, family. This is Cassandra Floyd. I'm running a little behind, but it is better late than never, I suppose. Today has been a very busy day. Continue to be busy after I get off of this call. Go. All right, people. So this is Cassandra Floyd, also known as the Daughter of the Fates. I am here a little late, but always right on time for the reading of Pure Lust by Daly. And just a little bit of bookkeeping. Greetings, Paulette. Just a little bit of housekeeping. Excuse me. If you are tuning in from anywhere other than YouTube and have not yet subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to go to my YouTube channel and watch the live from there. Subscribe, like, and share. You know the drill. We've actually been doing really good. Last week, as a matter of fact, a week ago today, I told you that I was short 233 subscribers. So you have to have 1,000 subscribers in order to begin the process of monetizing your page. And I was 233 subscribers short of that last Monday. As of today, I am 78 subscribers short of that. So that's a good run in a week. We got quite a few subscribers over the last week. So again, if you are not watching from YouTube, if you're watching from Facebook, IG, or Twitch, please run over to my YouTube channel, which is at Daughter of the Fates. At Daughter of the Fates. Make sure to subscribe so I can go ahead and get these last 79 subscribers, and also share with others. Now, what else is there? I am also doing readings, like I said, on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, that we are still fully in the energy of the blood moon that occurred on yesterday, plus the next few days, today and tomorrow through November 2nd, are really big energy days, specifically because of our ability to tap into our ancestral energy. So it is an opportune time to get a reading. I am offering readings, 30-minute and 60-minute readings. So if you are interested in getting a reading, please email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Book your reading ASAP so that you can get the good reading, because the energy is aligned for it between now and November 2nd. This is big energy day. Really, the rest of the year is just gonna be like next level, heavy, powerful energy, changing shit happening. The whole rest of the year, really big shit until January 24th. Just bam, 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 bam. Really, since September 29th, it's just back to 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 back. Literally every week, big shit. Back to back to back to back to back, all the way until January 24th. We'll get a little bit of a break, and then we'll be back to back to back to back to back again. Big energy shit. 2024 is a huge year. It is the last year of this trek that we've been on with the planet Pluto in America's first Pluto returns. That has been a 2-year process of us transitioning through this return phase, which will round out on November 19th of 2024. This is a big year. And the pendulum is only going to swing to extremes this year. And those extremes are going to be based on who is wielding the most power. That's it. So do you want your opposition to wield this power, or do you want to be at the helm of this shit when November 19th rolls around? This year is going to determine that. So get your reading, set your clear goals for the year, because this shit is on the fuck and popping. Okay? Now, that's my housekeeping for the time being. We're going to get right into this book. For those of you who have never tuned in, I am reading and have been now for a little over 2 weeks the book Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. This book, child, put your big girl drawers on, put your big boy drawers on, because this book keep you in your feelings. It keep you in your, every time we crack the spine of this book open, we are getting punched in the gut, jacked in the jaw, kicked in the chest, feelings hurt, all the things. All the things. Mary Daly wanted to make sure that even if she was not here, greetings, Letitia, that even if she was not here, she was going to have an impact on you. She was going to swift kick you in your ass hard enough to make sure you make a change. Because, honey, everybody that listens to this reading says the same thing. Why I feel like she's talking directly to me. Why I'm getting red. Why she got her foot on my neck. This book is that shit. You feel me? All right. So, we're going to get right into it. For those of you who have the book, several of you have reached out to me and say that you found the book. It's been kind of difficult for people to get. So if you have the book, we're on page 222. At the bottom of the page, the last paragraph. We're going to get right into it because I'm going to try to do a very concise, swift, disciplined read. We're going to read for 1 hour today, okay? In addition to these plastic simulations of courage, there are potted varieties of this virtue. Thus, the courage to earn a degree, to become a good athlete, to succeed in a job, even to confront an authority, all can be admirable and important. But if such acts of courage are acontextual, that is, based on the belief that such acts of courtesy, that such metal is enough, or as far as it is necessary to go, they remain acts of potted courage, stunted, enclosed, superficially attractive, and certain to be glamorized by the godfathers. A woman who is outstanding in specific achievements that require some daring, but who fail to threaten the establishment, serves the deceivers well. How the first paragraph in this shit, yo. My God. Oh Lord, well, let me pull out my motherfucking book. She said a woman who is outstanding in specific achievements that require some daring, but that woman who fails to threaten the establishment serves the deceivers well. Oh my God, y'all. Perhaps the most sophisticated form of potted courage is that promoted as sophisticated form of potted courage is that promoted as existential courage, whether that is encapsulated within a Christian theological context or within an atheistic philosophical perspective. Theologian Paul Tillich, for example, maintains that the courage to be transcends the fortitude which is concerned only with specific fears, and that it confronts existential anxiety of non-being. However, greetings, Aisha. However, patriarchal theological philosophical analysis of anxiety has no way to name adequately the specific structures of non-being, mythic, ideological, or societal. It therefore cannot fully name the way past these, which is the elemental realizing of participation in meta-being. In other words, patriarchally named existential courage is described as affirming being over against non-being. And this is all it can do. It can only affirm one reified opposite over against another. but it cannot remember the meta-patriarchal elemental intuition of being. Thus, the nebulous nothingness called non-being looms larger than life. Elsewhere, I've discussed the courage to see. Recognizing that the unseeing, indeed eyeless existential courage of tillage is also eyeless for women. And she says I, like in the letter I, eyeless for women, meaning they can't be involved in themselves or center themselves. In now naming the courage to sin originally, come on. In now naming the courage to sin originally, I mean to name not only the daring of I mean to name not only the daring defiance of deviant women, but also our pyro-ontological burning being, our meta-wise wandering, spiraling staircase or starcase. The third moral virtue of the foreground is temperance, a notoriously tedious virtue. Like prudence and unlike courage and justice, it is especially associated with women's behavior. One is conditioned to think of man-made caricatures of the Women's Christian Temperance Union, for example, and of timid and or fiercely fanatic, but always grim existence upon moderation, restraint, and self-control. Woo! Greetings, facts don't care about your feelings. Listen. She said the third moral virtue of the foreground is temperance, a notoriously tedious virtue. Like prudence and unlike courage and justice, it is especially associated with women's behavior. One is conditioned to think of the man-made caricatures of the Women's Christian Temperance Union, for example, and of timid and or fiercely fanatic but always grim existence upon moderation, restraint, and self-control. Temperance is defined as habitual moderation in the indulgence of the appetites or passions. Woo! In medieval Christian doctrine, temperance as a special and distinct virtue is concerned specifically with moderation of certain pleasures of touch. And there you have it. Clearly, or rather unclearly, women are considered to be inherently intemperate in the sexual sphere, invariably erring either by excess, the whore, or by deficit or defect, the frigid woman, the old maid. The problem for pyrognostics is not simply with the classical abstract definitions themselves of temperance, for there is in fact a moderation and restraint of sexual impulses that is necessary for psychic balance and clarity of mind. Oh shit. Oh shit. Ugh. Okay, she says the problem for pyrognostics is not simply with the classical abstract definitions themselves of temperance, for there is in fact a moderation and restraint of sexual impulses that is necessary for psychic balance and clarity of mind. The problem is that the rules of moderation and restraint are externally manufactured and imposed. Oh, they are male-made and, to use Jan Raymond's term, hetero-relational. As applied to female sexuality, patriarchal temperance is a man-made plastic virtue, for it implicitly imposes hetero-rational rules and standards implying that heterosexuality itself is norm. For example, this plastic temperance rears its ugly head when a woman desires that her friendship with another woman includes sexual expression of affection, but blocks this expression solely because she has accepted the bureaucratic belief that this is morally wrong. Oh, potted. Oh, oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. Goddamn. Shh. Potted temperance can also occur among lesbians insofar as hetero-relational values and norms are allowed to pot, abridge, mummify, enclose, superficially glamorize women's relationships with each other. An obvious manifestation of this would be restricting the meaning of affection and or commitment to the realm of sex only, or even primarily, and then imposing rules or roles within this acontextual fetishistic canned category. In order to practice pyrosophic temperance, then, shrewd prudes break out of the context of male morality. Wild temperance is salamandrous, living as it were in fire, fiery hot, passionate. The radiant luster of salamandrous temperance is evoked by such sister words as temper, distemper, and distemperance. This evocation will be heard and seen in chapter 7. Surpassing pseudo virtue, entering the pyrospheres. What do you mean, Whitney Houston allegedly? I don't know what you mean. I don't know what you're talking about. Letitia. Moving out of this fracturing, fragmented foreground into pyrospheres is fueled by distemperate renaming, reclaiming of passions and virtues. Since virtues, including the vicious pseudo-virtues, are habits, unnaming of foreground virtues necessitates breaking all old habits. That is, the changing of behavior patterns formed through repeated acts. Ugh. Naming forth pyrosophic virtues requires performing radically different acts which drive out the pseudo-passions and pseudo-virtues embedded in our psyches by the rulers of snoolish society and by the tokens and tools of snools. Escaping from the foreground into pyrospheres requires eruptions of prudish passion into volcanic virtue. This is at first difficult, since as we have seen, plug uglies have plugged themselves into women and nature, draining energy, closing female elemental circuits, sapping the flow of gynergetic currents. But Brewster should bear in mind another definition of plug: the filling of the conduit leading to volcanic vent. Discussing these natural plugs, experts in volcanology explain, quote, in dormant volcanoes, the solid plug may overlie a still fluid column of magma. The explosions that mark the resumption of activity at such volcanoes commonly throw out numerous fragments of the solid plug, end quote. Volcanic furies fuming over frustrations in the state of fixation. Woo, goddamn. Oh, listen. Oh, shit. She said volcanic furies fuming over frustrations in the state of fixation throw out fragments of our own natural spiritual plugs, i.e. restraints, so that through such carefully timed self-release, the unnatural in beds can be expelled in explosions that mark the resumption of activity that is wild and archaic. Oh my God. Oh shit. Yeah. Damn. This woman's word game is vicious. Damn. Woo, woo. Venting elemental emotion and pyrophiles connect with our sisters, the earth. Let's see. Letitia says it was said she had lesbian relationship with a female friend during the height of her career. It says she stopped it since she believed it was godly wrong. Ah, damn, no, I didn't know that. Greetings, Asia. Damn, I didn't know that. Child, that relationship probably would have saved her life. Damn. Venting elemental emotion, pyrophiles connect with our sisters, the earth, air, and water, as well as with fire. Viragos vent rage, sadness, aversion, hate, love, despair, fear, daring, despair, hope, desire, fear, daring, despair, hope, and joy. It may be that volcanic plugs have been necessary formations of women's auras, as well as of the earth, that they have been natural pyrometric instruments of gnomic timing, enabling women to hold back the molten rock, the steam and ashes of our passions for the right moments of being. In this case, not only explosions of emotion, but also withdrawals are expressions of volcanic wisdom. Mm-mm-mm. An important project for prudes demanding shrewish shrewdness is learning to distinguish between embedded unnatural plugs and our own self-produced gnomic plugs. While the former keep women tame and tidy, enslaved in the schedules of snooldom, the latter are implements of our own devising, habits of restraint required for our practice of tidal timing, which pulse, holy fuck. Oh my God. Oh, shit. God damn it. She said, while the former keep women tame and tidy, enslaved to the schedules of snooldom, the latter are implements of our own devising, habits of restraint required for our practice of tidal with cosmic rhythms that are not perceptible to botchers and bores, to the bosses of bureaucracy. This naturally attuned timing is essential for breaking past the foreground of pyrospheres, releasing imprisoned passions and confined virtues. Gnomic knowledge of pyromancy, of divination through passion can be recalled. Those who are divining through impassioned knowing become skilled in pyrometry, pyrotromy, the measurement of high temperatures, pyrotromy, the measurement of high temperatures. The pyronostic pynomic lore, these temperatures refer to degrees of gynergetic fire, which vary under different sets of conditions. Accurate assessment of temperatures is necessary for elemental timing of volcanic hold. Oh, shit. Listen. Oh, my God. In pyronostic, pynomic lore, baby, she is speaking in cold but loud and clear. Ha! She said, listen. In pyronostic, pynomic lore, these temperatures refer to degrees of gynergetic fire. What is gynergetic fire? The fire that brews from within those who possess uteruses or have at any time possessed uteruses. Okay? Which vary under different sets of circumstances or conditions. Accurate assessment of temperatures is necessary for elemental timing of volcanic eruption. Pyrotromy pertains to the elemental volcanology of Viragos. Simply stated, it is an emotional, acquired wisdom helping us to judge when to act. Oh, goddamn. Oh, my God. Oh, shit. Okay. So for those of you who just watching, you got to go back. You got to go back and listen to the rest of the reading because I know you lost. I know you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. For those of you who have been rocking with me in the reading of this book, what is she saying in this last paragraph? Listen, she said gnomic knowledge of pyromancy, of divination through passion, because the fire is the passion. Right? She spent this whole chapter talking about the passions and the virtues, the plastic passions, the plastic embodied passions and virtues that have been used to subdue, to contain, to pot, to make smaller than, to tame, and to keep tidy the real elemental passions and virtues that would otherwise have us what? Act like pyromancy experts or pyronomic experts practicing the craft of pyrometry that would have us set this shit the fuck on fire. That's what she's talking about. When she says, listen, she's talking about a volcanic elemental timing of volcanic eruptions being tapped into the true elemental virtues and passions and what does she say? Becoming skilled in those times where we need, what does she say here? Where we need to demonstrate restraint. You understand? When we need to demonstrate restraint. Recognizing those times that we need to demonstrate restraint. That there are the plugs imposed on us by the rulers, and then there are those plugs that we establish so that we can gauge when it is an appropriate time for us to, in lack of a better, she's saying, look, this accurate assessment of the temperatures, our internal passionate temperatures, there is an accurate assessment of temperatures is necessary for elemental timing of volcanic eruption. Huh? Oh, simply stated, we need deep emotional acquired wisdom in order to help us judge when to set this shit the fuck off. That's what she said. I'm paraphrasing, of course, but that's what she said. Oh, fuck. As Viragos and Brewsters stir the cauldrons of passion. What's the cauldron? What's the first cauldron? It's the uterus. As Viragos and Brewsters stir the cauldron of passions in preparation for breaking through the foreground like a fucking volcanic eruption and clearing the channels into pyrospheres, it is predictable that jocks and boars, as well as other demons of snooldom, will accelerate their attacks, explaining that Viragos have missed the thrust of the argument. Viragos do not stop to explain that we have successfully dodged this thrust. Increasingly, the geniuses of jockdom stab and jab, oh my God, prick and push, snook and snoop, hack and lunge, snitch and twitch, fabricating a world of pure thrust, incessantly twisting. They try to block witching, all in the name of their lecherous, treacherous goal, their God rod. Theirs is the state of dispassion, the sphere of intercepted fire. Listen to what she said, y'all, in 1983. Like she wrote this book yesterday, like this shit was published yesterday. She said, as we begin, let me paraphrase for you real quick. Listen. Let me paraphrase this paragraph real quick. She says, as we begin to tap into true elemental passions and virtues, and we begin to stir that shit in the pot, in the cauldron of our deep self, of our original self, you understand? These motherfuckers, all of them, she say everybody will get on board and on deck to accelerate their aggressions against us. Oh, we can't allow these bitches to wake up. Oh no, we cannot allow these bitches to see. I'm paraphrasing hood style for y'all. So as we begin to see, they amp up the attacks. As we begin to hear the voice of the mother, they amp up the attacks. And everybody come on deck to jump on board with the attacks against the emerging she. Against those that are seeing. What? Against those that are hearing. What? Against those that are feeling deep in themselves and is driving them the fuck crazy. You feel me? It says, as Viragos and Roosters stir the cauldrons of passions in preparation for what? In preparation for what? In preparation for breaking through the foreground and clearing the channels into the pyrospheres, it is predictable that jocks and boors, as well as all other demons of the establishment, will accelerate their attacks, explaining that Viragos have missed the thrust of the argument. Viragos do not stop to explain that we have successfully dodged this thrust. Bitch, we ain't paying y'all no mind. We ain't paying y'all no mind. Increasingly, the geniuses of jockdom, listen, jab and stab. Listen to what she said in 1983. In their desperation to further suppress that which is inevitably emerging, they come together to jab and stab, prick and push, snook and snoop, hack and lunge, snitch and twitch, fabricating a world of pure thrust. Incessantly twitching, they try to block all witching. She said that. They try to block all witching, all in the name of their lecherous, treacherous goal, their god rod. Theirs is the state of dispassion and the fear and the sphere of intercepted fire. Intercepted fire? What fire? The fire that will inevitably burn this bitch to the ground. Oh my God. Moving through this foreground into fireground, furies, fight fixers with the fire of our passion and enter into the realm of pyrospheres, prancing into this realm, pyromantic prudes unlock our treasures of elemental emotion, burning through the taboos that have kept us entombed as the touchable caste. Focusing our fury, we join the raging race. Oh, ooh, shit. She said, focusing our fury, we join the raging race. Raging, racing, we take on the task of pyronomic naming of virtues, thus lighting, igniting the fires of impassioned virtues. We sear, we scorch, we singe, we char, we burn away the demonic tidy ties that hold us down in the domesticated state, releasing our own daemons, muses, tidal forces of creation. Ooh, ooh. Oh my God. Every hair on my body is at attention, baby. God. Ooh. Oh my God. Thus released, musing maenads mutually agree to be mad and consequently enjoy and employ our freedom to discover elemental female fire. Volcanic powers are unplugged, venting Earth's fury and ours, hurling forth life lust like lava, reviving the wasteland, the whole world. My God, she went the fuck off on this day. God damn it. Oh shit, I need a minute. Woo, child. God damn that last paragraph. Ooh, baby. You. Yo. Damn, listen. This woman went right the fuck off, okay? Hell, facts don't care about you. Let me take a minute, because we on a new chapter now. Let me take a minute to read y'all comments and calm myself down for a minute. Hell yeah, I'm seeing it just simply observing and that they can't take it. Women are cutting them off, deciding not to date and focusing on themselves, choosing themselves. Yes. All this regulation regarding women in our bodies, but I have yet to see any laws yet for penis regulation. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Listen, yes, Letitia, girl, yes. She say too many laws and yet rates are out of control. Child, listen. Yep. Wait till women start really just linking, just in the name of women. These males won't stand a chance. I think that's the core of their fear. It absolutely is. Yes, girl. I thought you already had this book. Facts don't care about your feelings. I thought you was already on game, sis. This book is. I keep telling y'all, this book is the motherfucking jam. Shit. I might need to read that last paragraph again. That shit. Maybe she went off. Let me go ahead and keep going. Damn. All right, chapter 6. Elemental emotion from touchable cast to raging race. Mad. She has. So I told you, for those that are just watching. Okay, so at the beginning of every chapter, she gives a word and two definitions for the word, right? Her definition and Webster's dictionary definition. So MAD, mad, but as an acronym. Mutually assured destruction. Mutually assured destruction. A concept of reciprocal deterrence which rests on the ability of two nuclear superpowers to inflict unacceptable damage on one another after surviving a nuclear first strike. A glossary of arms control terms prepared by the Armed Control Association. MAD, mutually assured deduction. This is her definition. Mutual assured deduction. A concept of self-deduction, separation from the state of boredom, which rests upon the ability of two or more enraged female powers to refuse further damage to ourselves and our sisters after surviving innumerable phallic touches and strikes. All right. In order to understand and accomplish releasement of elemental passions, we must continue to be aware and beware of the conditions of the boring state. One meaning of the verb bore, of course, is to penetrate or drill. Furies need only reflect upon the monotony of drills, school drills, military drills, to forge an analysis of the tactics of bureaucracy. It may be helpful to recall fire drills, which give the illusion of relief from other drills, but are in fact more of the same. This severe limitation of experience and of expectations, relieved only by other forms of the same limitations, is standard bureaucratic procedure. One result of this procedure is total mediation of experience, causing extreme sensory deprivation. Jerry Mander offers a graphic description of his experience of the deprived state that is normal. Quote, leaning on the deck rail, it struck me that there was a film between me and all of that. I could see the spectacular views, but the experience stopped at my eyes. I couldn't let it inside me. I felt nothing. Something had gone wrong with me. I remembered childhood moments when the mere sight of the sky or grass or trees would send waves of physical pleasure through me. Yet now on this deck, I felt dead. I had the impulse to repeat a phrase that was popular among friends of mine: nature is boring. What was terrifying even then was I knew the problem was me, not nature. Through mere lack of exposure and practice, I'd lost the ability to feel it, tune into it, to care about it. End quote. Ooh, clearly, clearly the problem is not the mere lack of exposure and practice, as Mander himself demonstrates. There is, as he shows, a manipulative, deadening technology that reinforces boredom. Mander specifically focuses upon television, which, for reasons demonstrated in his book, is inherently boring. The horror of the phenomenon lies in the fact that this inherently boring medium, which has only minimal content and which cannot transmit the auras of living creatures, keeps viewers hooked and fixated. Mander quotes a friend's reaction, quote, "It's the most curious thing when I watch television, I'm bored and yet fixated at the same time. I hate what I'm watching and I feel deeply disinterested, but I keep watching anyway." End quote. The hypnotic, addictive quality of television keeps the bored viewer fixated. This is achievable in part because of the unsatisfying artificial environment in which contemporary civilized people are imprisoned, and which keeps the prisoners starved for excitement. Whoo shit. In addition, this state of bored fixation is carefully cultivated by the technological fixers through technological tricks which keep the viewer unaware of his boredom. Oh my God. Conditioned to such such vacuous fast action on the screen, to artificial stimulation, the victim is fixed in a state in which life itself becomes boring and television is interesting. Oh, God damn. Television is just one technological instrument, and this is 1983. Television is just one technological instrument of the state of boredom. The conditions in which it thrives and festers have existed for a very long time. Within Western culture, this boring state has been symbolically ruled by a god who is said to be immutable, which is to say, boring. Another. Oh, fuck. Oh, shit. Did y'all hear what I just said? She said within Western culture, this boring state has been symbolically ruled by a god who is said to be immutable, which is to say, his ass is boring. Another of the divine attributes, according to classical Christian theology, is omnipotence. Is omnipotence. The hidden signification of this attribute also is boring, for in the state of reversal, the all-potent Father is the empty boast of impotent prickers who must bore and go to sustain this image of God themselves as the eternally erect rod, the pure act. Damn. The society erected and sustained by worshippers of the goad god is boring in many ways. The tedium of most work jobs is well known. The architecture and furniture, God motherfucking damn. Shit, she is going to fuck off, y'all. Damn. Listen, she say everything erected by this motherfucker is boring. Oh, God. The society erected and sustained by worshippers of the goat god is boring in many ways. The tedium of most work or jobs is well known. The architecture and furnishings, as well as the prescribed roles in modern office building, exemplify this boring horror. Study, which should mean the excited pursuit of wanderlust, is also made boring, as anyone should know who ever went to school. Consequently, conversations are boring. So-called escapes from tedium are also made boring. Oh my God. For example, travel. Certainly, genuine journeying is adventurous, filled with surprises. In place of this, however, the boring state offers guided tours and package vacations as extensions of tedious work and study. Oh my God, y'all. She is going the fuck off. She said, get it twisted. Don't get it twisted. You are conditioned, and you are conditioned so thoroughly that even the shit you swear is fun is fucking boring. Oh my God. Oh, she said your motherfucking ass can't even vacation right. You turn your vacation into a job. Oh my God. Baby. Yo. God. She is going the fuck off. If your ass ain't offended by now, child, your fucking skin is made of steel. Because my ass been read about 30 times already. You feel me? God damn. She said your conversations are boring. The way you travel is boring. Absent of anything adventurous with no surprises. Child, your ass is boring because you've been conditioned to be boring. She says, certainly, genuine journeying is adventurous, filled with surprises. In place of this, however, the boring state offers you guided tours and package vacations as extensions of tedious work and study. Alternatively, there are electronic amusements close to home. One major result is imposed passivity. We can take the form of hyperactivity, which can take the form of hyperactivity. Goddamn. In reality, there is narrowing of experience and blocking of any creativity. Those who are bored, especially if they don't even know this is the case, are penetrated and filled with alien and alienating images and impulses that paralyze. Let me tell y'all something. When I tell you this shit is speaking to my spirit right now, I love this city so much. But let me tell you why I love this city. I love this city. I have loved this city for two major reasons. One, because of its proximity to all things nature. Like, I love the city and I love nature. So I fell in love with the fact that living in LA, literally 30 minutes in every direction, 30 minutes to an hour in every direction, you can be in a new biodome. I can go swimming in the ocean, and 2 hours later, I can be up on the mountains where there's snow. Literally like that. Like, I love the fact that the desert is over here, the ocean is over here, the mountaintops are over here. Like, you can be in the deep forest, right? Everywhere. And I love this city. I love the nightlife of this city, or I love the idea of the nightlife of this city. However, let me tell you something. LA is different, and I could not put my finger on it. I was like, what the fuck gonna happen to LA, right? LA is not the LA of the 90s. LA is not the LA of the 80s. LA is not the LA of the 70s, where everything cutting edge, everything awesome, everything outside the box, everything new was popping the fuck off here. This ain't that LA no more. But the other thing, so there's two things that I love about LA, is proximity to all things nature, every biodome, right? But the other reason that I love LA so much is because I am consistently surrounded by palpable, raw energy, butt naked, raw, untapped potential in the city. Because as much as I love the city and its butt naked, raw, untapped potential and its proximity to all the different natural bioderms, this city is boring as fuck. And I was like, maybe it's just me. Maybe I just ain't met the right crew yet. Like, maybe I just ain't plugged into the right scenario yet. This city is boring as fuck, yo. I go to all kind of shit, art shows and gallery shows, like dance clubs and this. And I'm like, what the fuck? There's just like nothing radical happening in this city. Oh, what the fuck is going on? How is this the LA that gave birth to some of my favorite, most renegade bands ever? from punk rock to hip hop to hardcore rap to you name it. How the fuck is this that city? Like where did that energy go? Baby, she predicted this shit in 1983. She said, get ready because you're going to be so conditioned that you aren't even going to realize everything has been dumbed down. Everything has been made boring. Everything is created to snuff your passionate fire. And that's political. That's not just because. That is to ensure that you bitches do not ever re-tap into female elemental divine passion and virtues that would have you come to only one conclusion. Set it off. That's it. That's the only conclusion that you can come to when you tap in. When you are tapped into your elemental passion, your elemental virtues, your fire, your memory. The only conclusion to come to is set it off. That's it. Baby, she going off tonight. You feel me? She said, in reality, there is a narrowing of experience and blocking of creativity. Those who are bored, especially if they don't even know that this is the case, ooh, 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 ooh. I know this feeling so well. To be in a place, child, I constantly say that mediocrity has become the standard. It's become the standard. Mediocrity. I'm not make-believing. This ain't make-believe, motherfucker. This ain't make-believing. This is some shit I've been griping about for the last 20 years. Like, what the fuck is going on? We should be evolving, not just a little bit, like radically evolving. But all you have to do is look at the culture to determine, are we evolving, or are we in a stalemate, or are we de-evolving? All you have to do is look at the culture to determine whether evolution is actually taking place or whether people have been confined, whether people's creative spirit has been confined and controlled and narrowed. Baby, this shit is real. Okay? I mean, goddamn. I could do a whole show on just culture as evidence of this shit she talking about right now. I could do a whole 2-hour workshop on culture as the evidence of what she is talking about right now. The giants are dying. And who are taking their place? Who is taking the place of Aretha Franklin? Who is taking the place of Prince? Who is taking the place of Michael Jackson? Who is taking the place of Whitney Houston? Who is taking the place of John Coltrane or Miles Davis or what's his name? Any number of giants, Jimi Hendrix, or any number of giants. Like, where is that? Where are those geniuses? Who are those geniuses? And if they exist, why do we not know them? Not just music, all culture. Where are the metal sculptors? Where are the great radical writers? Who is creating? We're in the 2020s. We are exactly 100 years from the beginning of the Harlem Renaissance. What is the new Renaissance of the 2020s? Because the 2020s, the 2000s, the 2020s, the decade that we are in, are supposed to astrologically represent clear vision. To be able to see through all that has been blocking our vision. What is the new Renaissance for this decade? What does it look like? Who is setting it the fuck off? What is the cultural renaissance that is defining this entire decade? Who are the geniuses setting that renaissance the fuck in motion? Don't have me go off, baby. Don't have me go off. Let me finish reading. I'm just reading some of y'all comments. Let me tell you something, Faye. Don't care about your feelings. I feel you, baby, because I be demoralized sometimes too. But I don't agree with this statement. I believe my temple is called the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. The reason I'm the fuck up on here is to set it off. I am here to ignite that genius that gave birth to Whitney Houston, Michael Jackson, and all the like. That we have to create that momentum. But in the absence of us creating that momentum, somebody else is setting the standard, and the standard is mediocrity. The standard is mediocrity. That's why anything can fucking fly, and a bitch will call that shit art. A bitch will call that shit good music. Anything can fly when mediocrity here is not even here. Your fucking ankle bones is the standard. Then anybody can be called a genius if mediocrity is the standard. Anybody can be called an artist if mediocrity is the standard. Child. Anyway. Those who are bored, especially if they don't even know that this is the case, oh my God. I'm like, maybe I'm too judgmental. Maybe it's my Virgo self just being too judgmental. I'll go to a show with friends, and like 2 songs in, I'm like, okay, I had this experience. Can we go now? They're like, oh my God, this is so amazing. I'm like, oh. Okay, this was cool for 2 songs. This was cool for 2 minutes. Can we go now? This is so boring. Because I have a memory. I have a memory of what excitement feels like in your fucking body, baby, in your blood, in your bones, where every song you get goosebumps. Every song, your fucking heart rate increases. Everything, even art shows that were so radical, like you're looking at a piece of art and your fucking mind is blown. You can't pull your eyes away. I went to an art show. I told y'all about it recently. I went to an art show recently, and I walked in this motherfucker, and the whole time I was there, I was outraged. That's the only emotion I felt was outrage. Outrage was the only emotion I felt. Like, this fucking bullshit. This fucking bullshit. That's the way I felt. This fucking bullshit. Because you will call a motherfucker an artist and give him tons and tons of money and take tons of pictures and give tons of accolades for straight up jackery. All you got to do is jack somebody else's shit, jack somebody else's swag, and now you an artist? Oh, it's so atrocious. So gross. That mediocrity is the fucking standard. Ankle high. The bar is at ankle high. That level of mediocrity. Ankle high is the bar. So anybody can be an artist. Anybody can be a musician. Anybody can be quantified as a genius. Mediocrity is the standard for genius in this bitch. Y'all see, I can't roll my eyes hard enough. I walked up in this place, baby, and this white boy, artist, his exhibition was everybody black sheep. Gross as fuck. Repugnant as hell. And this bitch had to make several $1,000s. I'm talking about in the scores of thousands that night. I had to. Scores of thousands. Everything in the room, some black people shit. Ooh, I could not roll my. I was so mad. First, I was mad at my friend for bringing me to that bullshit ass bullshit. She said, she said mediocrity. It's a toe level. Yes, baby. I concur. It's so gross. It's so gross. It's so gross. And that's why mediocrity. allows the talentless to thrive, you see. Mediocrity allows the talentless to thrive. That shit is horribly, repugnantly apparent in this city, babe. Even with fashion, LA is supposed to be one of the fashion meccas in this world, baby. And it's so boring. Now let me tell you, I don't even go off fashion wise the way I used to. When I was young, and I was as soon as I learned how to sew, baby, it was on the fuck and popping. I studied every major designer, especially those ones that were off the cuff. Jean-Paul Gaultier was the man as far as I was concerned. Betsy Johnson. I liked all the motherfucking weird ass, outlandish renegades. Baby, when I learned how to sew, it was on the popping. You feel me? Then I became a mom. My body changed, and so I became a little bit more reserved. You feel me? Then I became tired, and I was a medical student, so I didn't care. But when I go out here, I am deliberate by how I dress and go out in the world. But it is still very, reserved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll pop some cleavage every now and again, or wear a see-through little something every now and again. But still, even then, it's very reserved. It's way reserved in comparison to my old self. Let me put it that way. And I will go out, and let me tell you, it's not my imagination. I go out very reserved compared to myself 20 years ago. Okay? I'll do my little hair, wear some little cute bling, you feel me? Wear some little cute jewelry, and go out to have a good time, to go to a couple of bars, get a little dance on, whatever. It never fails. Every single time I go out, everywhere I go. Oh my God, you look so amazing. You are beautiful. Oh my God, you are gorgeous. Oh, I love your dress. Girl, look at your rings. Every time I go out, someone is literally fawning over me. And I was like, okay, I know I'm cute, but it is because mediocrity is the standard. Now, I do accept those compliments because I know I'm cute. However, if I am dressed way down compared to how I used to step the fuck out, baby, I used to show the fuck out. I used to show the whole fuck out. Okay? Like drag queens, that was my standard. If a drag queen say, bitch, you fine, I was like, okay, I did my motherfucking thing tonight. You feel me? The drag queens loved my ass. Loved my ass. I used to show the fuck out. I had like 32 wigs, all different colors. Listen, when I say I used to show the fuck out, I used to show out. This is my quote, grown up, elder phase, me. Go out, push up the cleavage a little, good, I'm gone. Baby. So I was like, what is this? Yes, I know I'm cute. Yes, I know I'm fine. My hair look good tonight. Cool. But y'all doing a little bit much. Every time I walk out the door, you're so gorgeous. Oh my God, you are so beautiful. Women buying me drinks at the club. You understand? It is because they have been in this city for so long where mediocrity has become the standard, that anything even remotely outside the lines captures attention. That's all. That's all. I had to be honest with myself. Like, yeah, I know I'm cute, but this is something else I am experiencing. Where every time I go out, somebody is complimenting extraordinarily. Not just like, oh my God, girl, because I do that. I compliment women. Girl, you look cute. That dress is fly. Girl, you look good. You better work. You better go on. You feel me? It was something different. It's something different that I have been experiencing. And that's why I take it. You understand? But it is because I present as extraordinary in a sea of goddamn mediocrity. Y'all, I'm telling you it was like that. Now I was still I'll finish reading and then I'm going to go about my business. Since connecting with nature, okay, wait a minute. Those who are bored, especially if they don't even know that this is the case, are penetrated and filled with the alien and alienating images and impulses that paralyze. Since connecting with nature, with elemental being, requires active participation, the sensory deprivation and the anti-creative imposed passivity of the state of boredom makes nature, the wild, seem boring. Images of the wild are reduced to flattened foreground perceptions, and women's impulses to wanderlust and wanderlust are stifled. This means that our auras and force fields are stunted and dimmed, for auras are expanded essentially through acts of creation. Spiritually weakened and withered by bureaucracy's infliction of passivity, women suffer from anxiety and depression and look to bores for relief and fulfillment. Ooh! The 19th century writer Lillian Bell wrote wittily of bores, quote, "Women are too tender-hearted. A woman cannot bear to hurt a man's feelings by letting him know that he is killing her by his stupidity." Okay. And even if she did, in the whole spirit of altruism, rather than selfishness, the next woman, with one reproachful glance at her, would pick up the mutilated remains of the man's vanity and apply the splints of her respectful attention. Oh, fuck. And the balm of her admiration, partly to add a new scalp to her belt, and partly to show off the the unamiability of her sister woman. Damn, that's harsh. End quote. So it is of no use to kick against the pricks. Bores are in this world for a purpose, to chasten the proud spirit of women who otherwise might become too indolent and ease-loving to be of any use, and they are here to stay. We have no conscience concerning women bores. We escape from them ruthlessly, and perhaps because women are quicker to take a hint is the reason there are fewer of them. It is only the men who are left helpless in their ignorance because no woman has the courage to tell them. Oh my God. Yo. Lillian Bell's humorous description rings bells of recognition. She wrote this shit. So Lillian Bell wrote that whole thing I just read to you in the 19th century, in the 1800s, about boring men and us not having the courage to tell them that their asses is boring. Lillian Bell's humorous description rings bells of recognition in the mind of the reader who has understood boredom. Although Bell does not analyze why women are too tender-hearted or why no woman has the courage to tell them, Webster's are able to weave this missing context of feminist analysis into visibility. We see that the self-defeating forms of tender-heartedness and lack of courage with which patriarchal women are afflicted arise from man-made fears that are converted into guilt, anxiety, and depression. We also see that the way out of this state is expansion of gynergy, which happens through ever new and varied acts of creation. But the natural impulse to such expansion is precisely what is blocked by the anxieties engendered in the state of boredom. Instead of creating powerfully, women often adapt and shrink our creative powers to the depressing task of pleasing those who are boring us to death. Yo, my God. She said, instead of creating powerfully, women often adapt, shrink our creative powers to the depressing task of pleasing those who are boring us to fucking death. God Damn. Holy shite. Oh my God. This woman wrote this shit in her motherfucking feels, y'all. God damn. Woo, woo. In this state of anxiety, of course, a woman cannot let herself know the deeper causes of this unjust situation. Thus, her ways of trying to solve her problems are often dysfunctional. Feminist musician Willie Thompson, in her song, The Ballad of Merciful Mary, expresses awareness of one such dysfunctional attempt to set things right. Quote, to seek justice from those who put me there has been my most foolish mistake. Oh! Listen, if that ain't a word for the day, to seek justice from those who put me here has been my most foolish mistake. Y'all ain't here. Baby. And women mistakenly seek more than justice from those who have put us there. Patriarchal women pathetically seek love, joy. Oh, fucking goddamn. Mary Daly is a gangster, in case you didn't know. Yo. She said, and women mistakenly seek more than justice from those who put us here. Patriarchal women pathetically seek love, joy, and most tragically, happiness from the manufacturers of boredom. Since genuine happiness is not simply a static state, but activity by which we expand our creative powers, the embedded idea that this could be achieved by sacrifice of self-identified creativity is a cruel joke. Subliminal awareness of this jockocratic joke paralyzes women who know that something is terribly wrong but still cannot focus upon it. Oh my God. Yo, Mary came out here to read us women. You understand? That's what she came to the earth to do, was to read the fuck out of us. The need for an outlet for held down fear and rage, as well as displaced hope, drives many women into fanatic devotion to male ideologies. In Orwell's 1984, Winston observes this behavior, but without assessing its sources. Quote, he disliked nearly all women, especially the young and pretty ones. It was always the women, and above all the young ones, who were the most bigoted adherents of the party. The swallowers of slogans, the amateur spies and nosers out of orthodoxy. End quote. Damn. Did y'all hear that? He was saying it was the young and the impressionable, the pretty ones, that were the most bigoted adherents of the party. The swallowers of slogans. What did she say? Let's see. Where'd she say that at? Subliminal awareness of this jockocratic joke paralyzes women who know that something is terribly wrong but still cannot focus upon it. Indeed, women often correspond to this description and subscribe to the prevailing orthodoxies. What Orwell fails to allow his central character Winston to observe, however, is the cause of this bigotry. The fact of women's oppression as a caste, their need for relief. Ooh, goddamn. Their need for relief from anxiety and for channels for hate and rage. God damn it. Ooh. Ooh, y'all don't want to hear that shit. Y'all don't want to hear that. Damn. She said, indeed, women often correspond to this description and subscribe to the prevailing orthodoxies. Why? What Orwell fails to allow his central character Winston to observe, however, is the cause of women subscribing to these orthodoxies, to this bigotry. She says the fact of women's oppression as a caste. Oh my God, I can't handle this. Ugh. She said the fact of women's oppression as a caste, their need for some kind of relief from anxiety and for their relief from the anxieties of their oppression in this caste, and simultaneously their need for channeling the hate and rage that all women experience as a part of this caste. So they become sellouts, spies, snitches, and all the rest in their allegiance to their oppressors to gain some sense of relief from the madness of this shit and for a way to channel this internalized rage and hate. Oh, that's deep. Oh, that's deep. Oh my God. Damn, that's fucking deep. Damn. Oh my God. Oh my God. The most essential point, one that is entirely overlooked in 1984, is the fact that women are terrified and tricked into becoming first and foremost swallowers of woman-hating slogans and amateur spies and nosers out of unorthodox ideas and activities that threaten patriarchy. Listen. Women's lived experience of this fact of horizontal violence among women drives many to bed and board with bores, and as general rule of conduct, to prefer the shelter and safety offered by snoolish protectors rather than face the dangers inherent in the choice to struggle for the cause of women, which is the cause of oneself. This latter choice involves a living hope of breaking away from the state of boredom. It also involves facing the conditions imposed within the lecherous state. Under these conditions, women, animals, plants, and all of the elements are subjected to the tyranny of the boring. That is, the drilling, penetrating, invading touches of boredom's privileged prickers. Under these conditions, women and nature are cast as the touchable caste, vulnerable to vulgar and sublime pricking, prying, plugging, sniffing, snooking, snooping, snuffing by snools of all professions and persuasions. Pyrosophical purging of this caste system then is essential for pyromancy. Women must allow ourselves to know how it is that we have been so lecherously touched. That's all I'm reading for the day. Okay? God damn. Woo! Baby, when I say Mary had an attitude when she wrote this joint here, and she wanted y'all to know about it. She had an attitude and she wanted y'all to know. I feel as if having healthier mother and daughter relationships will help combat that. Yes, I feel that too. All right. Yeah. Mary came up in here with her imaginary shotgun, her imaginary sawed off to come in here and slay. She just came in here to slay. That's all. What does she call it? Her labors, her two-headed axe. She came in here with her labors sharpened. She came up in here to take heads. You either on my side or I'm taking your head. That's all. She came up in here to get this work done. You feel me? She came up in here to get this work done. So I hope that you have won something from this most magnanimous read this evening, this most gut-punching, chest-kicking, butt-kicking read from the book, Pure... Oh my God, Pure Lust, Elemental Feminist Philosophy by Mary Daly. Facts don't care about your feelings. Say Mary is in here snatching wigs and hairlines back. That is the truth. Baby, that right there is the truth among truths. Okay? Yeah, she ain't playing no games. Yes, yes. So if you ain't got your book, get it. Today is Monday. Wednesday, I will send you guys the link. I'll have the link in the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence book club, the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence um, group on my Facebook page. We're going to start doing the book club for this book on this Wednesday evening at 7:20 p.m. every Wednesday until we're finished this book. We're going to be doing a book club on this book every Wednesday at 7:20 p.m. So I will I actually might do this. That's exactly what I'm going to do. Instead of the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, I'm going to do this book club in our book club group, which we started for the Great Cosmic Mother. So when I read the Great Cosmic Mother live, and I did a book club for that book, we'll do that. So it's the Great Cosmic Mother Book Club on my my Facebook page. My Facebook page is Cassandra Floyd, or Facebook at facebook.com/Daughter of the Fates. Either way, that's where I'll be posting the information about us doing the book club for Pure Lust. We're going to start that. It'll be for 1 hour every Wednesday at 7:20 p.m. The book club for Pure Lust, because we done gone through so much information. Child, I've already been on a roller coaster ride with this book, but I feel like I don't want the information to go too fast and too far without us digging into some of this stuff, especially the vocabulary. Because those people that are just coming in or just joining in on the read, the vocabulary might be fucking you up because you don't have a frame of reference. The frame of reference, she is creating language, if you will, throughout the book and redefining language, what she calls renaming things based on their true etymology and their relationship to the work of women. So the language I have heard from some is fucking people up. So we might even have to do like a little revolutionary dictionary or something like that we post on the group, just so people can keep up when she's talking about snooldom. What's a snool? What is snooldom? What is the bureaucratic state? You know what I'm saying? Like these new words that she has named to give us an idea of what it is we're up against, right? So that's one thing that the book club will have to function to do, and so on. So I will post the information about the book club tonight on my Facebook group, which is the Great Cosmic Mother Book Club. You have to put book club because there is another Great Cosmic Mother page or group that is not mine. So the Great Cosmic Mother Book Club on my Facebook page. And I will see you guys again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the continued reading of Pure Lust. I'm Daly. We slowly but surely getting to the end. Okay? All right. Until then, if you are interested in booking a reading with me, if you're interested in booking a reading with me, email me at releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. I want to thank those. There have been several people. I'm going to have to make a list to tell you guys tomorrow, but there have been several people that have made contributions to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, and I do want to take the time to shout you all out. But you know who you are. I appreciate you. Tomorrow I will have your names written down so I can shout you out. And so, yes, if you're interested in donating to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, which is bringing you the read of Pure Lust, which is bringing you the reading of the Great Cosmic Mother, which has brought you the reading of Communion, The Female Search for Love by Bell Hooks, which has brought to you all the work that I am doing as the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. So support this work. This is a job that I am doing, and we are building a process. We are building a temple. We are building an instrument of world-changing work. And so I call on you to support that. If you are interested in supporting that and you are tuning in via Facebook, Twitch, or YouTube, scrolling across the bottom of the screen, you will see the various ways that you can make contributions to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence. PayPal, Zelle, Cashapp, and Venmo are the ways that you can do that. I don't have a way to show that to you on IG yet. However, if you are interested in making a contribution to the Temple of Evolutionary Emergence, or you are interested in getting a reading or a full total wellness consult, send me an email and put whatever it is you're interested in the header. Because for some reason, a lot of stuff is going to my spam, so I'm having to check my spam every day. Make sure that you put reading or wellness consult or donation in the subject header, so when I go to my spam, I can know exactly what it is that the email is about. releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. releaseheartcenter@gmail.com. Thank you so much. I will see you guys tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Until then, prosperity, abundance, aligned with justice.